Done Right TV studio. Getting down with motorsports and all things Americana. This is powered by Done Right TV.
Going live in 3, 2, 1.
Celebrating the embodiment and enhancing entrepreneurship. This is Mind Your Business. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Kelly Jeffries.
All right. Happy Tuesday, everybody. I apologize. We had a little bit of a problem. I hit the wrong button, of course, when we got started, so we had to reset a bunch of stuff. So my apologies, but welcome to the show. And excuse me, I have Brad Foster and Richie Tronis with me today, and so I've got to do some stuff here. So I'm gonna put Richie and Brad on and get my screen set up here because we were late and I kind of jumped the gun. So again, boy, I lost everything. Okay, Brad and Richie, thanks for joining us. So you're the photographer at Davenport Speedway?
Yes,
right?
I am. Yep.
Okay, and how long have you been doing that?
I did it, 2022. I didn't do it 2023, but 2024 and this year.
Okay.
And it's fun. I love it.
You do?
Yep.
Well, that's a big part of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, again, I apologize, guys. Everything fell apart here, but I'm going to have it back together here in a second. So, and that's when I met you too, right? I met you at Davenport Speedway?
Well, actually, I got a small camera, and I wanted to take pictures, and somebody suggested, I don't remember who it was, to maybe go up to the Dubuque track.
Okay.
And it was the very last race they had, and I'm new to everything, new to the camera, new to it being so cold when the sun went down and froze out there. But I had fun and took some pictures, and then I posted them. And I think a friend of yours saw my pictures that I posted and got a hold of you.
Okay.
And showed the pictures to you, and it was that lady that I think that was trying to work for you.
Okay.
And you reached out to me.
Okay.
And
yeah, because I think I was trying to get some of them hot shots too.
yeah, well, you just reached out to me and wanted to know if you could hire me to take pictures for you.
Right.
And I says, well, why don't we just work together? Because I explained I work at Nestle Purina.
Yeah.
And so that's my job that pays for all my bad habits of my camera gear.
Right. Right. Yeah, I'm sure that's cheap too, isn't it?
Yeah, oh, yeah, real cheap.
Yeah.
Especially with my taste.
Right. And Richie's your assistant. How long you been? It's about the same time you guys started working together.
I think I've known Brad now about 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
About 3 years. We actually met down at Nestle Purina. I do their fire extinguisher monthly down there.
Okay.
I was happened to walk through the one day and happened to see him walking across the parking lot, and I had asked him, I said, "Are you full throttle?" He said, "Yep, my name's Brad Foster," and that we just became friends. We've been friends ever since.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I like helping Brad. He's easy to work with, and
Yeah.
we just get along very well.
Do you have? Were you a photographer to begin with, or you just kind of caught the eye, or what?
I did photography in high school,
Okay.
and I just kind of got away from it. I got into doing race car stuff with my buddy Tony Mondreski. We've been friends forever.
Yeah.
Just helping him, my uncles, the Bell brothers, they raced for 40 years, and I
Right.
just helped them and other people. So I've
Yeah.
always been around racing and the cars.
Awesome.
So,
Awesome. So, what else do you just do? Davenport Speedway, or what else do you do?
Well,
Brad?
I did at first, and then I kind of ventured out. I did went to Cordova a couple of times, got some good shots there. I've done a wedding. I've done some senior pictures. I've done some family pictures. I've done some product photography. I like going to music, and so I go to is it July 3rd? We go over to Bettendorf, and they got bands there called Haphazard.
Okay.
And it happened to be my neighbor that was in the band, and so I go take pictures of them and do some video work, and they like that, and I help them out with.
So
their,
you go from the inside turn 3, is what 15 feet away from a 800 horsepower machine to Cordoba, where it's a 4,000 or 5,000 horsepower
the
machine.
jet cars were close to 10, I believe.
And then next thing you know, you're in a park.
Yeah, taking a
Taking
guy
videos
playing a
of
guitar.
a guitar.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool, man.
And I've done sports too. I've been out TBK, done kids soccer games and stuff
Yeah.
out there for the parents and stuff. So I've probably done almost everything. And in fact, I've done some real estate, and I found out real estate photography, a building that stands still, doesn't do anything, doesn't change colors, doesn't
not
have a
for
sound, it doesn't trip my trigger too much. So.
Yeah. Well, your stuff stands out, man. I've noticed
thank
that, and I'm sure a lot of that's the gear, a lot of it's the eye, and a lot of it's just the settings and finding that sweet spot like anything
Yeah.
else, you know.
I kind of have a motto that I want to be better today than I was yesterday.
Yeah,
And,
yeah. And that's a good motto to have, and it's a hard one to break. But I mean, not that you have to break it, but I'm kind of the same way every show I do. I just try to make it just a little bit better.
Yep.
And it's not always possible, but at least to shoot for it.
Yeah, and like I know you, and you're always trying to come up with new ideas,
Yeah.
and that's it too. Trying to get cool shots, but different ideas.
Try to stand out a little bit different
Yep.
than there's thousands of photographers out there, thousands of people out there doing video.
Yep.
But how do that's something I ask myself all the time, because it's a struggle. There's just it's a huge market, but it's a small market. I mean, there's a lot of people doing it, but it's just I don't know, man. It's getting harder to monetize. I can tell you that.
it is. It's you don't get rich on it at all. In fact, you might break even.
Yeah.
Maybe make a couple of bucks, but it's not a job to put food on the table.
So we're like race fans. We don't do this for the money.
Right.
We're like racers. We
Yeah,
don't do it for
exactly,
the money. We just do it
racers,
because
yeah.
we like it.
And I think they're almost crazier than I am, where they make a car look really nice and then go out and bang it up and go home and spend every penny they have on it and fix it up.
beat
and
the
then,
doors back into shape and everything
yeah,
else.
and don't get any sleep and go back out and do it again all summer long.
Tony Vendrusky, Brad, the best pick guy in the business, and Richie, applaud to you, I assume, since you're Richie.
Yeah.
So yeah, how do you? I mean, that's quite a bit of that's a broad spectrum to be at the dirt track, to Cordoba, and then at a wedding or graduation parties. It's
Yep.
gotta.
Yep.
But you're just looking for that shot. You're
Yep.
just looking for that.
Yep. And I like creating memories. I
Yeah.
think over the years, everybody got cell phones, and we don't need a camera. We use our cell phone. But then those photos stay on the cell phone, and not too many people do anything with them. And really, I'm not sure the resolution's good enough on those to print out a bigger picture if that's what you
Well,
want.
or you lose your phone.
And
And
you
then,
lose everything. And so I think
mean,
over the years, people have missed out. I think it might be a generation that people have missed out not having a photo album.
Right.
And I think we're slowly turning back to that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. So what do you do? How do you help him out, Richie, at the track? You help him out at the track. You go with him like to photo shoots and stuff like that.
Well, like last year, he brought his camper to the pit area. I just watched the pictures, and people wanted stuff. They
Okay.
wanted to order stuff. I'd help them with the ordering stuff. If he needed help with something else besides the picture stuff, I would do whatever he wanted me
Right.
to do for him.
Yeah.
So
He's getting angry and needed a cheeseburger. You go get him a cheeseburger.
that just happened last Friday night.
Yeah.
Got him
You
a
getting
couple
angry?
hot dogs. And
I was starving, and I says, "Hey, can you run over and see if there's any hot dogs left?" And I think he got the last two.
Yeah.
This was like 10:30 at night or whenever it was.
I helped him over at the Steam Wheeler stuff. Have fun
Yeah.
doing that. He has the Halloween bash thing coming up at the fairgrounds. I like helping him do that. That's a blast.
Yeah.
That's real fun.
Yeah.
So,
And that's too where I kind of designed a photo booth and a backdrop of scary and stuff and some skeletons and props and stuff. And I
Yeah.
bought some
And
plastic knives and
And you do that for the steam wheelers too, right? Do you have
Yes.
do you have like the cheerleaders? Do you do the
yes, I got a
the-
photo booth there, and Richie runs that for me.
Yeah.
And he does a fantastic job.
And they're doing pretty good this year, right?
Yeah,
From what I
yeah.
understand.
They won against the Barnstormers, and that put them, I think, in the finals.
Oh, nice.
And so they have another game August 2nd, I believe.
Yeah.
It's on a Saturday at 3:00. Doors open
Okay.
at 2.
Awesome.
Yep.
That's got to be fun too.
Yeah.
The energy in there is probably
The
pretty-
energy, and you see the same people there cheering just as hard every week.
And these guys are in there playing their butts off.
Yeah. So these guys are out of college, and they're hoping to get spotters, see them, and so they play hard. They throw their body right in there, slam it down hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So let's see. So what kind of stuff, Brad, have you done? Like, you got anything special or anything that you've done at the track to Davenport? Like anything that was your idea? Because I know we talk all the time about different ideas.
We do. We snowball. That's what I love about each other.
Yeah.
So I think over the years, like the feature winners might get an 8x10 photo, and that's just kind of a tradition. And I thought, you know what? Why can we raise the bar on that? So I went to 11x17, and I have their feature winner on stage there. I have a couple action shots. I'll have the picture of the flagmen raising the checkered flag. I'll have information on there, the racetrack they were at, the date. I have the place that they started out in. So maybe they started at 12th position and went 11 spots to get to the finish line.
Okay.
And so something like that has all information on there. And that's, to me, is a memory. 10 years from now, they can look at that and see, I was in 12th place and made it to first.
Right.
And there's my winning flag, and there's my stage
Or
picture.
I mean, what if they have kids?
Yep.
I mean, there's a lot of
Yep.
different things that even people coming in here and they see some of the pictures. Like I got Jeremiah Hurst in a '58 car over there, and a lot of people, it just brings back. It kind of takes you back to that spot.
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome. What else? Anything else? You got?
I
know
do-
you've done a lot of the metal stuff too, right? Printing on the
Something
metal?
simpler. I worked with my company and come up with what I call the full throttle board, and it's 3/4 inch, so it's similar to canvas, but it's not canvas because I feel canvas is kind of soft in the picture, more for
susceptible to
horses
stains.
and flowers and stuff. I want something that's sharper for race cars, I think, and show the metal. And I want the logos on there and all the everybody's sponsors to be sharp and straight. And
Right.
so I come up with something there, and I sold a lot of those, and they were very popular.
Yeah.
You know,
So I don't know if how did you get it? How did you get into photography? I mean, what kind of flipped that switch and says I want to go out and spend a lot of money on photography equipment?
yeah.
I mean,
I bought. So when I first got married, I was married 5 years and then had a child, and then I decided I need evidence that I had.
Right.
So I went and bought an old 35 millimeter roll of camera back in the day. It was a Canon AE1, and I had it for a few years, and then kind of got away from it because life, raising kids
yeah.
and stuff.
distraction after distraction.
Yep, and that's
Job
it. And then the wife and I went on a few vacations, and I've always kind of said, I'd like to have some pictures of where we've been, what we've done. I want to get a camera someday. And I think I said that for a couple of years, and then I'm going to go get one.
Yeah.
So I went up to the camera corner and picked one out, and it wasn't a very fancy one at all. And in fact, my wife made fun of me because I had a lens on there and this little camera on the backside of it. She said, "Dude, you
lens.
got to get a bigger camera because that don't look right."
Oh, that's funny.
So, but that's where I started,
Yeah.
and that was
how long ago was that?
well, 2000 might have been 21 when I went to Dubuque
Yeah.
and took those pictures that you saw, and
Yeah.
then 22, I think I was the track photographer,
Right.
and I think you talked me into that
Yeah. Well, you're
because
welcome.
I think you, me, and the Kais
Ricky, yeah.
had got together.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you got me into the racing track
You're welcome.
full time,
I think.
and I thank you. I thank you. It takes up a lot of my time, a lot of my life, but it's enjoyable.
Look at that shot.
Yeah.
All right. He's starting to throw some pictures
Oh,
up here.
nice.
So this is the detail
You know?
and dude, look, I mean, that's
so-
clean. Man.
Yeah, and so I think that is. I was sitting on the couch watching TV, and my phone rang, and it was his sponsor. Gosh, I'm thinking on his name. The older guy that runs that.
Oh, Ken
Ken Roberts. Yeah,
Roberts.
Ken Roberts called me.
Yeah.
And says, "Hey, we're out at Davenport Track. Would you consider coming out taking some pictures for us?" And I says, "I'm on my way."
That's not Davenport Speedway, though, is it?
I think it
look like
is.
Was it before they painted the checker?
Yeah, I think that is. It's this is such a slow did such a slow shutter speed that I think that's the fence.
Okay.
That's the fence.
Oh yeah, we're on the front, aren't we?
Yeah, on the front stretch.
That's a clean shot.
Yeah.
The other thing people really liked that you did too was when you were doing the video thing. You
Oh,
did it
yeah.
in slow mo.
Yeah.
People really enjoyed that too.
Mhm. Yeah, that's
that was
something I
kinda
come up
neat
with
that you
too.
did.
Yeah, I forgot about that. So what I did there is my camera, the one I have now, does a lot of different things, and I'm learning video, and I'm learning a lot from you guys and your help. And I do a high frame rate so I can slow it way down.
Mm-hmm.
And what some of the drivers liked is they can see their car going, and the tires are turning in the car slowly.
You can almost see a wrinkle in the tires.
Yeah, you can.
sometimes.
It's just going like this. And yeah, you're right, Rich. I forgot about that. And that was something else. You're right. They had liked it.
Mm-hmm.
So you've been pretty successful, I would say, with the photography. What's next for you? I mean, what you got a bucket list, or what? You got anything that you're? I mean, is there anything, number one, that I could help you get to?
Oh yeah. So I do want to get to Knoxville. I love the sprint cars.
Yeah.
I'd love to get to there, but I think my number one on the bucket list is going to the Dome. I do not know how to, as a photographer, to get in the Dome. So if anybody could help me out with that,
Well, I'm sure
tell me
somebody
which
out there,
path
but
to go down to get started.
I think you just got to submit something, man, because I think Chaz, and there's Doug. Thank you, Brad, for all you do for the Steam Wheelers. I think Chaz has been there before. My buddy out of Arkansas. But I think if you get online, you can apply.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that.
Just send them a couple pictures like that, dude, and I don't see how they can keep you out of it. There's a bunch of photographers there. I've been to that.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't shooting or anything, but it's definitely an experience.
Yeah, I hear
It's
a
an
lot about it,
experience.
and I someday I want to go be
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
I do.
So that's your bucket list track.
Yes. Yep.
Is
I
the
want to go
Dome.
to the Dome at least one time.
Yeah.
I think
Any other tracks you've heard of that you'd like to shoot at, like Fairbury or anything like that?
Yeah.
Have you been to any of them bigger tracks? Like they're not
well-
bigger, but I guess.
Well, yes. Now that you mentioned it, Wednesday, we went to West Liberty,
Yeah.
and that was my very first half-mile track. And I was like a kid in a candy store there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Them cars were flying by, and I get to change your settings up from where I was, the Davenport track. Just change your settings and get comfortable and get in the
Yeah.
groove.
So not only do the cars have to re-gear and everything else, you have to re-gear your
Yes.
equipment.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
There's
And Cordova, I like to get back to Cordova more.
yeah, I haven't been there in years. It's we used to go quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a different animal too, man.
Yeah.
Them cars jump off that line, you can feel it in your bones. I mean, it's like, yeah, it's pretty crazy.
And I appreciate you, Doug, and letting me work at the Steam Wheelers, I have a lot of fun. Great people. Destiny's awesome. I love her.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to meet you, Doug. And appreciate all the help you can get for me.
Yeah.
Thank you, Doug.
Yeah, Doug's good people. We've known each other for quite a while.
Yeah, that's what I
And
understand.
What about Boone Supernationals? Well, yeah, Boone would be another one. That's a long one though, man. That's a pull.
Is it?
Mike's been there with me. I mean, I'm not complaining one bit, but
It's the Olympics.
it's the Olympics. Man.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is because I go for the Prelude because I take my TV up there too.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm there for the Prelude, so I had to have my stuff set up probably on Thursday. Then we start. I don't know if it's Friday, so I can't remember. But and then the Super Nat starts on Monday, and then that's the whole week. And it just goes so fast. They start and if they run late one night, or or if it rains, or if they get behind the next day, they're starting at 10 in the morning or 11 in the morning or 12, whatever. Normally it's like 2 or 3. But you'll still be on the track you can be out there at 1 o'clock in the morning, and it doesn't stop. I mean, it's heat after heat after heat. And then every 10 heats, they'll prep the track, but they can prep the track and have cars back on it in 20 minutes. So then you're right back into heats, and there's cars on and off the track. It's mind blowing, and
Yeah.
it's the largest sport from what I've understood, and that it's the largest sporting event. Race cars in the world. I mean, because there's like 1,100 cars there over
Yeah.
the week, and it's amazing that they can even pull something like that off. But they've actually done it. It's actually very tight and well done, well put together show. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
grateful to be a part of it. It's a blast. It's just it's the Olympics. It's like. By day 6, and last year, I think it was last year. Maybe it was last year I decided to fast, so I was on like a 5-day fast, and then I started I got my e-bike, and I was on day 5, and I can remember I think Chaz was with me or something. Yeah, and this was 2 years ago. Chaz was with me, and I took off, and I got to the point where I was just getting dizzy as shit, and I'm like, this is not the right place to be getting dizzy. I mean, there's race cars all over the place, so I went back to the camper and got
Got a
something
Snickers
to eat.
bar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that was that the energy you get, man. Fasting is kind of like an addiction to me because every time I do it, I feel like I clean something. Like it's like that next level type thing. Every time I do it, I feel like I get a little bit better.
Yeah.
And the energy, man, it's unbelievable. At not feeding yourself, like day 3, day 4, your body just picks up, and you just it's unlimited. You feel like superhuman. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. I tell you, so something else I think I love is talk about memories is what I started 2 years ago is I go up in the stands and take pictures of the fans at the racetrack. And they all loved that, and I posted them. And then I'd go through the pits also, take pictures of family and friends, and I try to take pictures of every pet.
Yep.
And I always take dog treats with me, and I hand out free dog treats, bags of dog treats to everybody who
So we
brings
need
their
a
dog.
little pet cam.
Yeah, yeah, and so I think that I don't want the family and friends feel left out.
No, that's
They
that's
were there
huge.
too. They're a support team, and I want them to be
100%.
part of the memories.
Yeah.
Because the support team may start out at 2 or 3 years old, and grow up in the pits, and I think they should have pictures of them.
No, I
there
agree.
too.
I agree.
And then another kind of a funny thing is when you pull into the racetrack and you get your wristband, and then I go back to the pits, and then I'd fly around to the stands, and then I fly back to the pits to get ready for the races. And the ladies in the booth yelled at me, said, "Hey, get over here! Why haven't you taken our picture? Take everybody else's picture. You have taken ours." And getting my butt chewed, And she's right. I kept go right by them, and so they love that. They like that. They deserve it.
Oh, there's
And it's the same thing at the Steam Wheelers. I try to make a post. And so
Here's another picture.
Yep. So I just did this Friday. I had a photo shoot of that's his very first birthday. It's a very first birthday.
That's awesome.
And I spent probably a half hour taking pictures. And they brought a cake and everything. It was pretty cool. Pretty special.
Shake and bake. He's got
Yep.
a little NASCAR.
Yeah, they got everything. He's got a hat for him and stuff, and
He's always got a little racing suit. Oh, look at that.
yeah,
Tell me that kid ain't having a ball.
right.
So wait till he's 16, his first girlfriend comes by and bring that out.
Yeah. You know, so I made a post at the Steam Wheelers, and I says, "Hey, watch out for the photographer. He may get you next."
Yeah.
And I'm walking along, and I can see way up in top there'd be a group of 6 or 8 people waving to try to grab my attention, take their picture. And so get the fans involved too. They're just as important. They're the reason why the players are playing.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah, without
so-
the fans, none of this
Right,
works. The
yeah.
racing, the football, I mean,
Right.
nothing works.
Include everybody.
Yeah.
It is
Absolutely.
Yep.
We noticed that too because Mike started doing more of that. Not that I didn't want to do that, but I'm always behind the camera. When I start my show, I'm stuck,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But Mike started doing that and getting some shots of the fans, and they get excited.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they get excited when they start looking at it.
Yeah.
Take more little racer pics, Brad, from Mitch Swinton.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, here we go. This is Steam Wheeler stuff. Mike's throwing stuff at me, and I'm trying to catch it as he comes up.
Yep. So this is Megan. And it was
Oh,
just the
that's
last
a
game.
green screen, right? Or is that
That's my backdrop that I have there.
really?
Yeah. And it's kind of a funny thing. So like I said, I was laying in bed. I woke up at midnight and lay there thinking till 3:30 this morning that I want to totally change that up. And it's almost the end of the season. I thought, why didn't I come up with this before? But today after work, I ran to Home Depot. I spent some money on a carpet. I can't say the price because I told her.
Mama's listening.
Yeah. And I got bigger lights, and I'm going to try to raise my game on my own stuff is what I want to do. Anyway, I texted her to have the girls come up Saturday. It's going to be a whole new setup.
Yeah.
And I want to retake all their pictures and try something. I just want to see if it works.
So you've gotten to the point where you got gear. I mean, you got lighting. You got got a bunch of different stuff.
Yeah, I need another house to put all my stuff in that I
Yeah.
got. Yeah.
These guys were awesome.
Yeah.
They were pretty cool.
Yeah. You want to talk about them? Go ahead.
I don't know much about them, but I know that they were from. Some of them are from the Quad Cities. The guy on the far left there, I can't remember his name, but he was really awesome.
Yeah.
He was really cool to work with. But once they went out on the football field, I mean, they put on a heck of a show.
Yeah.
They were all really, really good.
And they they said they want this picture here for their album cover.
Oh, nice.
They told me that. And then I seen the picture I took of them out on the field. They used as their, what's that backdrop on your Facebook page?
Yeah.
What do you call that?
I can't get over your backdrop. That backdrop blows me away. That
Yeah.
almost looks like it looks like a video,
Yeah,
and it's not. is
No,
what
it's
you're
just
telling
a
me.
cloth.
It's a regular backdrop.
Yeah, we just fold it all
That's-
up and put it in a pack. We
That's
got
pretty
stands
insane,
and everything.
man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that's
there we-
Megan's boyfriend. That's Anthony.
That's an amazing shot.
I had him. He's a
Yeah.
pitcher for a team in Florida. And he came up to visit, and I said, when he's up here, I want him. And we went out to the brand new Ball Diamond out on, as you're going out of town on Kimberly
Oh,
towards,
the Betplex out there.
it's just past the Army place on Kimberly as you're going towards,
Oh,
Oh, the new Westfields?
yes, the
New
new
West.
Westfield, yes. Took him out there, and I talked to the guy the coach. He let us in there, and it was like 110 that day, and it was just incredibly hot. And I got pictures of him pitching and stuff, and I said, I want to try something. And he said-
that is an incredible shot.
and so I had another friend help me out. Jason Luce helped me with this one, and had him dive in, pushing up stuff. And I had my lighting just right. And you got to have all your ducks in a row to do something like that. And
Yeah, that's.
I ended up pulling it off. Yeah,
It looks like he's sliding into the studio.
yeah.
Yeah, that's incredible.
I think that took about 4 or 5 tries.
Wow. Yeah, that's an incredible shot, man. It's mind blowing. Okay, let's see. A lot of thank yous, man. Looks like you're appreciated. That's got to feel good.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, your shots are great. There's no doubt about it.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
And you're there about as early as I am, it seems like, all the time.
There's a deckmate dancer. She started a little bit late, and she didn't get her shots that we took in November. So she came over to my studio, and I got her headshots. So we tried to get her up to speed.
Yeah.
And that's Caitlin.
Huh. Do you have, where's a, let's go Cordova. You got any of them pulled up, Mike?
I don't know what that is.
The
It's a
jet
drag,
cars.
It's a drag race.
Oh, yeah. Here you
There we go.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's Wonder Woman. And I got to think if that, I think, correct, tell me if I'm wrong, but I think that is Dan Crownhart's sister.
Huh. I don't know. That's a pretty incredible shot.
Yeah.
though.
And that went flying by
Now,
me.
You were zoomed in on that. How far?
No,
You're right there.
I'm right there.
There's our sound guy.
That was the jet car. That's her flying by. I suppose this way, the start line, the light tree
Yeah.
might have been 75 feet from where I am here, and well, it got going. It's an 8th mile, and I think they were doing around 250.
go. I'm trying to get the video.
Yep, so they
So
are quick.
that had to be hot right there too.
Well, the kind of funny thing is, Dan Ricks, another photographer that was there, he and I was, because I went to the Cordova. I was there at 7:30 in the morning. I didn't leave until 9:30 at night. So I made a lot of friends, and he was a photographer there. And when he come up, he says, "Brad, you're gonna love this, this, and this." And I end up wearing a bigger hat to keep the sun off me.
Yeah.
I'm there all day long, and when it went flying by me, put my camera down. And I says, "Dan, that was sweet." And then by then, the blast from this flame had come and took my hat and blew it off my head, which my earplugs were tied to my hat and screwed in my head.
Yeah.
And it went 10 feet behind me.
Wow.
And he kind of laughed and said, "Yeah, I forgot to tell you about that."
That's crazy. I just got to turn that a little bit. Okay.
But
well,
yeah, everything's an experience. I love it.
Try to get this video.
we're trying to play a video here now, so give us a second. I'll go back off of that screen while we're playing. So I apologize, guys. Like I said, I'm trying to run the production and host this thing and everything else, and it's I just haven't done it enough yet. I'll get better. So my bad. Okay, so there's Brad right there.
And this is Dan Ricks right over here that told me what to expect.
All right.
And that's the hat I had on.
Here we go.
Okay. That was it. That's how much time you have.
So,
One more time.
so how many pictures did you take? Your phone? Not your phone. Excuse me. That's way. So what? But you don't do it like that, do you? I mean, because a lot of people take like 1,000, 10,000, 20,000 shots.
Yeah, so in that instance, I had my settings set the way I wanted, and I was probably taking about 80 or 90 pictures a second.
Wow.
So I was trying to machine gun it, but trying to keep it in frame.
Oh, for sure,
Because
dude.
you're going like this, trying to keep it in frame, because things happen fast. You saw how much time
Yeah,
I had.
That's crazy.
About
And what is this? Is this the air show or something?
yeah, this was the air show.
Look at them shots, man.
two or 3 years ago. That's the F-22 Raptor, I think, and that's the kid that flew that. It's from Davenport.
Wow.
Yep, and he requested to come do the Davenport show and fly that, and his superior officer approved it and let him come. And he's just he was like a 21, 22-year-old kid or something like that. He's just young.
I'll bet he's got that on his wall somewhere. What do you think?
Yeah.
Those shots are incredible, man. So what's it take to get a shot like that?
Just practice and practice. And
Yeah.
you just got to understand your camera. You got to understand the settings.
And that's something that I still struggle with. Them menus are so deep.
Yeah.
It's like every one that opens up is, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
There's another 20.
Why can't it be simple?
What? And then you open another one up. It's like, okay, now you got 20
Yeah.
more. And I'm like, dude, take me back to standard.
Mm.
Mike knows how to set up the cameras. I mean, mine are set on what I need them to be, and and I know how to do a few different things. But the menus are so deep. For somebody starting out, it can be overwhelming.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And what kind of advice would you give somebody that was just looking to get into photography? They seen this picture and are like, man, I want to take stuff like that. What would be a little advice?
Just find a photographer that you like, that's your
Get
style.
a coach type thing?
And ask if you can, follow them around and ask them questions and learn from them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good advice.
Yeah. It's very friend. I mean, everybody loves photography. And, if you have a passion for it, you love the people that are in your club or your group
Right.
that have the same passion.
Right.
Yeah. And so just like race car drivers, they all become family.
Yeah.
Yeah. Photographers.
Yeah.
Family.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. And then what do we got here? A wedding picture?
Yeah, so that's the guy that drives the Pace truck at the Davenport track.
Oh, okay.
That's works at Jeff's Car
Yeah,
Corner.
Jeff's Car Corner.
Yep, he's the manager there.
Yeah.
He liked my work, and then he asked me to take his family photos.
That's awesome.
So that was a family photo shoot out at Black Hawk Museum over in, is it Rock Island?
I think so. Or is it Milan? I don't know. I'm not very good over there.
I'm not either.
It might be
Google
out-
gets me here and there over there.
Yeah, Google gets me. Yeah,
Google Maps.
that's for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, so it's quite a bit of difference between that and that jet car.
well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just it's broad, as broad as it can,
Yeah.
I mean, you can't get it. It's a broad a spectrum as you can have from a fighter jet to a drag car to just a kid standing by a car.
Yeah.
you know. But
A 1-year-old. Yep.
yeah, it's amazing though. Your shots are great, man. And you're capturing more than a picture there. You know, it's like them pictures tell a story.
Yeah.
You
That's
know?
what you want.
Yeah, for sure. And your backdrop blows me away, dude.
Yeah. I'm going to see if I can improve it some this weekend.
Well, we're going to have a backdrop in here you can use in about 6 months, hopefully. That's going to be digital. We can put whatever you want.
Oh,
on it,
nice.
so
You're upgrading too.
I'm upgrading too.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to try to get it done this fall, but it might not be done till spring. But that's okay. So, what else? Richie, talk to me. What else do you do, man? Me and Brad and I have been kind of hogging the show a little bit. What?
It's your show. You do whatever you want.
But we don't have a show without you guys. So, what else you want to share with the listeners? You got anything that's sticking out? I mean, you've been.
I mean, Brad, his mind's always going.
Yeah,
And
I know
he's always
I-
asking
believe
me
me.
on ideas, what to help him out with. I mean, he came up with the idea of doing fatheads at the Steam Wheelers
Mm-hmm.
games of the cheerleaders.
Oh, yeah.
And he's had a lot of compliments on him. There's been a lot of people asking for the football players now. Brad's like, I only do the cheerleaders. And we just kind of just talk about different things,
Yeah.
especially with the racetrack, the football players. I don't know. We just kind of come up with ideas with each other all the time and just talk about different things.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
and I second that because that's one of the things that probably Brad and I talk a lot as much as we do because he'll call me and ask me something and I'm like, dude, be ready because you're going to start asking me questions. We're going to be on the phone for 2 hours. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Because I'm the same way, man. I'm always, I'm always just looking for not necessarily advantage, but just something to the next level. I'm always trying to get to that next level and whatever it is.
Yep.
And trying something new and I don't mind failing and I don't mind stubbing my toe or whatever, but you want to keep it to a minimum. You know what I mean? You know, I mean, you want, I don't mind making mistakes and
Right,
all that.
and that's
all
the thing
things
I
that you have to do.
learned. I worked at a grocery store for 21 years,
Mm-hmm.
and we learned in management, if you're not making mistakes, you're not moving forward.
That's right.
Yep.
100%.
Yep. And so Richie and I challenged Richie. My vision for the dancers at the Steam Wheelers was I want to get them to a level, and what could I use for a level to look at? What's my vision? And my vision was, everybody talks about the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders.
Right.
Okay, so then I would study them, and I'm trying to, what can I do to promote the girls to raise their level of an attention and get them popular? Because I felt that they were kind of in the shadow of the football team, and I want to pull them out of the shadow and make them important too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, you know, like what's cool with what he's doing with the Steamwheeler cheerleader girls, he's doing calendars of the girls.
Oh, nice.
He's had a lot of compliments on his calendars. He's also done that at the Davenport Speedway.
Yeah, I was
with
going to say
certain
you
drivers.
did that. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about
People
that.
really enjoyed that kind of stuff. He's doing stickers. People like this to do stickers. You know?
Everybody likes a sticker.
Yeah. So he's doing the little 3x5s. They like 3x5s. Sometimes they don't want the bigger pictures. They want 3x5s, and they like all of his stuff. And I keep telling him, I'm like, dude, you're the best around. I keep telling you that.
I'm telling you, he got me one time. Garrett was at Davenport. Remember the little keychains you got me? Mm-hmm. One of them broke, and I still have the other one. I think it's in my truck, but I'm afraid to keep it. But that was a great shot, dude.
Yeah.
It was just me and Garrett standing there.
Oh yeah, yeah. In
Remember
the pits.
that?
Yes, I
And
do.
there was a couple other things you got me too. And I need to get some other stuff from you because when I was redoing this spring, I took a lot of the pictures down. I took most of them down because they were, getting to be 2-3 years old. So I need to get some other stuff in here, but I want to have some racing stuff, but I don't want to have it all racing because I'm trying to broaden this out a little bit. That's why the Mind Your Business thing is actually coming from. I still want to keep it, a little bit related to racing, but more on the business side of it. Like, how do you race every weekend and have a job and have a family and you have a full-time job.
A full-time and then some. So I
Right.
work at the Prina plant,
Yeah.
and I'm in the maintenance department. And so when the plant is down, which is on holidays, I work. And so I'll be working 12 days straight at the plant before I get another day off. And in that 12 days can be a couple of races, can be a football game,
Wow.
could be senior shoots, can be because I shot Richie's son's Nick's
Yeah.
senior shoot.
I think I sent that picture to you guys that he took. And he was very, very, very,
Is that it?
very good. That's it.
Yep. Yep.
That's my
Nick.
older.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
That's my older son of the two. He just graduated.
He doesn't look anything like you at all.
I,
He looks just
I
like
get that
you.
all the time.
Looks like you. It looks like a picture of you.
But Brad did very, very good on his pictures. And people they'll come to our house and be like, "Hey, who took
Yeah.
those pictures?" And I said, "A good buddy of mine. He's very good at what he does." So
Yeah, that's a great shot. So, okay, whoops, jumped the gun on that one. So who's this? That's your family. I
that's
take
my
it.
whole family. Yep. That's my daughter Mackenzie on the far right there. She just turned 22. She's going to St. Ambrose here. She's going for her master's this
Oh,
year.
nice.
The little one there's Carver. He's going to be 14. He's super stoked about getting his permit this year.
Oh, nice.
It's my wife Melissa there. She works up here at St. Ambrose also.
Okay.
We just celebrated our 20th year anniversary this year, wedding anniversary, and
So is there a race car in that little one's future at all?
he's already talking about
I think-
hot rods.
Yeah.
Yep, he
Well, I
loves
think
he loves
Tony
hot
was
rods.
talking about having a car in the shop last night. I think.
Yep. Yeah, it was.
Yep. So that's my little car guy right there.
That's awesome. And where's that at?
That is at Wildcat Den there.
Wildcat Den. I was gonna say, Brad, if that's another backdrop, dude, you're killing me.
No, that's real. I've taken a few pictures of people out there. I have.
So, We've talked about you could be working a 12-hour shift 7 days in a row or whatever, and all the time you spend at the steam wheelers and at the weddings and at the parks and you took some shots of my truck too that one time out by the river.
Do you
that
remember
turned
what
out
happened
great.
then? Somebody called the cops on us.
Yeah, yeah. People are crazy.
We're having a photo shoot and got the cops called on us.
So one thing we haven't talked about is because I don't edit a lot of stuff, man, but I do because I have to make the graphics and stuff for my weekly stuff, and I don't have to edit anything, so to speak. I just have to add like graphics and stuff to it. But you probably got a whole slew of editing in there too somewhere, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So in your spare time, you're editing photos and you're playing with video stuff. Now I noticed that too. You started that I think last year.
Yeah, it's like from here, I got to go home. I got to edit those little boys' birthday pictures.
Yeah.
I got to get on those, and then the pictures I took from last night from the Wednesday podcast.
Yeah.
For Sandy.
Awesome. So
He
and
has
then I lay in
no
bed at
free
night.
time.
he has no free time.
and I don't sleep at night. I'm thinking about stuff.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Yeah, I know you are.
I'm the same way. It drives me crazy. Sometimes it's good though. So I don't even know where we're at. Where are we at? We're about, oh shit. Well, we started a little bit late. So, well, like I said, we've been chatting a little bit. Brad and I have been chatting, and I guess now would be a good enough time to, we've been discussing about you kind of joining this podcast with me on a weekly basis, because I'm not as busy as you are, but most of my stuff is just trying to plan and figure out how I'm going to get things handled. Like I got 2 shows tomorrow night, and I'm like, I don't really have 2 crews. I'm getting by.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I mean, if you're interested, I'd love to have you, kind of join up. And we've got a couple shows lined up. Am I right about that? We got a couple more guests
Yes.
lined up the next couple weeks. You want to talk about that?
Hopefully everything works out. I believe a week from today, we'll have Doug and Destiny here.
Yeah.
So we're working with Destiny, and I think Doug's flying up for the
Yeah.
game that's going to be
And
Saturday.
For everybody out there, Doug is the manager, owner of the Steam Wheelers, and Destiny is the GM.
Yep.
She's the GM.
Yep.
Yeah.
Both great people. They're going to be so fun to talk to, and I want to
Yeah.
hear their stories
Yeah.
and how they got to where they're at,
Yeah.
and their successes,
Absolutely.
and their failures. And,
Yeah. I grew up in the same town as Doug, and it's and they're having a playoff game this weekend.
Saturday.
This Saturday?
Well, no, August 2nd, I
August,
believe.
okay, so
Yeah.
next Saturday.
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome. So that'll be a good show. So we'll try to get that out earlier than the day before, since we're talking about it. Maybe I'm sure you've got some pictures. Maybe we can get some pictures or
Yep.
something, or maybe
Yep,
have
put that
Mike help
together.
us to put a slideshow or something together. That'll be cool. I haven't seen Doug in a couple years. When I was with Dish, I did some work with him at the. I don't even know what you call it now. They
Vibrant
changed the
Arena
name.
is what I call it
Vibrant,
now.
Yeah.
I know
still
when I
call it the
started
Mark,
here,
dude.
and,
That's what I call it too. It's always been the mark to me.
and there was a tax slayer at one times too, wasn't it?
I think so. I don't know anymore. It changes so much. Okay, and then after that, the following week, we've got Brian, right?
Brian and his wife.
Brian Sawville
yep.
from Printing Plus.
Yep.
Because he's pretty, he does a lot for the fairgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
He does a lot for, I think he wrapped Jeff's truck, and I think he wrapped Sean's truck, and he does a lot of the signs. And hopefully, I'm not going to get too much into it. I've talked to you a little bit about it, but hopefully Brian and I will be working together too, because I am starting something else too.
Mm-hmm.
And believe me, we'll talk about it, but I'm hoping that Brian comes on board with me, because it has to do with signage. It's just digital. That's what I'm going to say, and that's all I'm saying, I guess, for now, because I don't like to talk about shit until it actually happens, because, there's a lot of things that go into them decisions when you're about to spend a bunch of money and commit to something. And, especially coming out of 23 years with Dish and DirecTV, where I knew it was going to end, but I fought it too long is what I did. And I just stayed too long and lost a little bit too much money. But,
Yeah.
I'm all right. And it kind of blows my mind that I lost, the Dish and DirecTV I lost because of streaming, and then I started streaming, and it was not planned like that at all. It just kind of happened.
Yeah, if you can't beat them, join
But,
them.
but hey, it's working out,
And, the same here too. The reason I lost 3.5 hours of sleep last night, probably 3 hours of it, I was thinking about ideas that I want to work with Brian at Printing Plus. I've got some ideas, and we can work together on stuff.
Brian's a go-getter too, and he's got a race car. He does the
he does. I
Cordova
didn't know
thing.
that.
Yeah, I don't know if he's got a drag some style. I don't know if it's a mini dragster. We'll talk about that.
Okay, yeah.
But
I did not know that.
yeah, because he takes his weekends off.
Lucky guy.
I know, right? That's about all I work. Well, not really, but my punch-in times are mostly on the weekends, I guess.
And then something that I would, I think, how about the services that people that cannot make it to the track if they're sick or they have people over or they're out of town, they're out of Iowa, out of state. You offer a service, and I think that is awesome for the people that cannot see what they want to see.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that?
Of course, I'd be happy to. It kind of all started with COVID. Because I was kind of not really when I was with Dish, they had and I've talked about this on another podcast. I'll try to keep it quick, but they had a device. Is what the device we're using right now here today. For like broadcasting stuff, and they had meetings about it, and they kept bugging me about it. It's like, why don't you get one of these? And I'm like, because I don't want one. It doesn't appeal to me at all. But I was thinking, I wasn't, thinking about it yet. So anyhow, they kept pushing me, and finally they said, we're going to give you one anyhow. So you have to take one because our bosses are saying, so I'm like, fine, I'll take one. And then I drug it around in the back of my truck forever. And then I met Troy and Jay Foster at 93.5. They were doing a podcast, so we started doing their videos. And then Kyle and Derek Wilson, Kyle Jackson, said, hey, let's take it out to Maquoketa. So we took it out there and started shooting races. And then we got thrown out because everybody's staying home and watching it. I'm like, we're just throwing it on Facebook. We've got like 20 people out there watching it. So I'm like, okay, here it goes, right? Well, then COVID hit, and I think it was Doomey or Timmy Kern or Ryan Doomey. One of them asked me if I could do a pay-per-view, and I said, yeah. And then I'm like, oh, shit, I have no idea what I'm going to do. And it was like, I don't know, it was that weekend because they had opened stuff up, right? When they opened stuff up and you could have groups of 10 in the parking lot, but you couldn't have anybody, or whatever. And I'm like, whatever, this is stupid. So, somehow Kyle got me a hold of Grainer, which is the guy that on the platform, and he's like, just listen to what I'm going to send you a couple devices, just listen to me, and you'll be fine. And I'm like, okay. And it worked out great for COVID and stuff like that, and it was good, and we were busy, and but I think it's kind of bad timing because everything is changing so much. Everybody's on their screens so much, and I think a lot of these promoters just think that everybody's going to stay home and watch the screens and not come to the track, right? They're gonna watch it on TV instead of coming to the track. But I've got 5 years of data for 25 tracks, probably at least. Now we don't do all 25 tracks, but I get a printout. I mean, everybody that buys the race, we can all see where they're buying from. And yeah, there's a few, but I'm like I say, 100 people buy the show. 85% of them are from 50 to 100 miles away or more. Like maybe DeWitt or Des Moines. Des Moines out there a little ways. A lot from Florida, like Brian. There's a lot of people. There's Michigan. I mean, they're from all over the country. And and I'm not. I get where everybody kind of thinks that, but I also, it's 2025, and everybody has a screen in their pocket, in their hand, and that are watching stuff. So, and I don't know if necessarily by taking something away from somebody, like not putting it on TV, is going to say, damn it, now I got to go to the races, or is that what we really want? Or are they going to say, well, since I can't watch it on TV, go to the races? Or are they going to just scroll up and watch something else? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I do know that there's a whole lot of people that, you know, like Brian's saying that, you know, his sister lives in Florida. And now not everybody's family is living right in the same town, right? So, I mean, and a lot of these drivers, I mean, there's drivers, Chaz Bacchus from Arizona, right? And he was up here this summer running around. Well, his parents ain't coming, right? I mean, they're not. His friends probably ain't coming. And I just think that if we could kind of just bury the hatchet, I guess, I don't know, like, and just accept the fact that we have an opportunity to put on a TV. Let's not hide it.
Right.
You know, let's get it out there and let people know that it's here. And I can tell you this, and I'm not going to mention any tracks, but there's a couple tracks that we used to stream at that we're not streaming because they wanted actually to get paid more money than I was going to bring home. And then they wanted me to pay my guys out of my cut, which was the same. And I'm like, I'm not doing that, man. I'm just not doing that. But turns out that their gates are actually down as well. So now they're not getting any money from me, and their gates are actually down.
To me, it seems like it's free money.
Well, it is, but
free
the
money.
argument with that is everybody says that, well, it's not free money if I get 20 or if I get $15 for them walking the gate. And I'm like, but I'm sorry, with that dude in Arizona ain't walking through your gate.
Or Brian's sister in Florida.
But Brian's sister might come to the racetrack because she's seen it on TV. If she's up here with Brian or is hanging out with Brian, she might want to go to the track.
Experience it with
Exactly.
the
You know,
family.
and so we're able to put Davenport, Maquoketa, Dubuque on a national level, right? These guys, you know, because I know for a fact there's people in Arizona, Florida, there are people all over the country watching this thing. And would they ever be able to see anything? You know, let's face it, man, the Midwest is there is a whole bunch of good, talented race car drivers, some great teams. You know, there's a ton of great racers up here. Some of the best racing in the country. I mean, you know.
Not only by you doing that, too, like you were saying with all these other out-of-town people, they've probably never heard of maybe Dubuque or Maquoketa or Davenport.
Exactly.
So once they see what you're doing, hey, let's take a trip there. Let's really see what this track's like.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were cars that showed up because they saw the broadcast.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And what you guys are doing, I think, is a good deal.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty awesome.
Well, I
what you're
appreciate
doing.
that, and we get the brunt of it a lot. And I don't care. I'm not trying to. I don't want a trophy or anything like that. I'm just trying to help, man, because I see the stands too, and even from the time when I started doing this about 5 years ago, I can see there's less people. You know, and it's tough because people think that I'm telling you, sometimes and. Mike is the same way, man, because I got Mike trained up to go do a show, and then he'll be doing a show, and I'll be 3 hours away, and he'll be looking at my numbers like, you know, I made 30 sales, and I'm 3 hours away, and I got 3 guys with me that make $250 a night, and I made $500 the whole weekend, and I've got to pay $1,500 out and get home.
Yeah.
You know, and again, I mean, that's part of it, but it's not like I just go up there and turn a cell phone on and there's a lot that, you know, I carry 4 internets. He's got 3 internets on his, you know, on his device. We can't just turn them on Friday. I carry them year round. I've got like 11 internets because I got one in the RV. I got one for the TV. But, you know, again, I love what I do, and I love the fact that, and another thing that I don't think gets enough, just like you said, it's the memories. I'm like, I've got 5 years of content. And Mike and I both, and I got another guy that helps me, Jim and Tony, that help me do editing. And it's funny. It's not funny. It's kind of humbling, I guess, or whatever it is. Because I'll go back and look to like my first year when I was doing this stuff. And I'm just like, oh my God, dude. I didn't have hardly any graphics. You know what I mean? I couldn't do lineups or anything. And then I look at some of the stuff that I'm doing today, and it's you know, again, and a lot of it's the technology, but it's just the experience that I've been doing it long enough now.
You know,
But,
I think Jason brought up a good point there too. Your video showing all the the sponsors that had their logos out there at the track.
Yeah.
That they just went from the head count at the track to, in addition to your audience.
Yeah, and some of the, and I try, man. I mean, I don't do any editing myself. I have, you know, fortunately, Mike, the producer here, he and my editor Tony, both worked at NASCAR for a couple years, and Mike's got 20 plus years of LA making movies and stuff in LA, so I've got the editing covered now, and I don't have to do it, so it's like perfect. But
Can I
you
borrow
see,
them some?
Absolutely, man. And it blows my mind to see some, because all these ads and stuff that Tony are doing, I mean, he's just pulling, you know, Mike's getting him some content now, he's getting him some B-roll, but I wasn't sending him anything. He was just pulling stuff off of my races, which isn't even the best way to pull it off. It's off of a recording, So I'm not even giving him raw stuff. Mike is giving him raw B-roll now. And just seeing some of that stuff just blows my mind, because I'm like, wow, that's coming from me, dude. And again, I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but these guys have been doing this for a long time, and they're good. And Tony's a great. Tony, I love you, man. He just had surgery. He's a great editor, but he's also a great storyteller. And sometimes that's the hardest part. I mean, even when I'm trying to make posts, I'm like, God, I don't know what to say, right? But I'm like, Tony can write a script. I can give him whatever video I can get him. He can put it together and make it look incredible, I think, and write the story along with it. And I'm like, man, and you know, it took a long time. Some of these guys wouldn't even share that stuff when I put it out there. I'm not even charging them for that part of it. I'm just charging, and you know, and I'm very transparent. I mean, I do 50%. My tracks make money. If we make money, the tracks make money. You know, and it cost me 30% right off the top for the platform, for the credit cards, for the whatever, all the other stuff that goes along with it. So there's only 70% to deal with. But if anybody would like to test how expensive it is to do live broadcast, by all means, and to host a website and to take credit cards and everything else, I mean, could I do it cheaper? I don't know, but I don't want to. I have a package deal. And then, so, you know, like I said, I do 50% of my net. So whatever, you know, would take the gross, we split the expenses, and then I'll give them 50% of what's left. And it's probably not enough money, honestly, because, you know, sometimes if we're selling 40 or 50, which it gets there. We start out the year, we're 100, 150, maybe a couple 200s. But then, you know, when school gets out and baseball starts and volley or whatever, all the other stuff, graduation parties and cookouts and whatever, right? Then it kind of falls off. But you can see that in the stands too. That, you know, the first few races, there's a lot of people there. Because I'm trying to figure out how to get more people on the track. Because I mean, I think the production, the broadcast will sell. As long as we get it out there, and as long as, you know, if you got 110 cars there and they're all top drivers, like most of the time they are around here, and if you got a full stands, I think that's an easy show to sell.
Yeah.
But
you know, it's a funny thing you said that, because it just spurred me when I was talking to Destiny early on, maybe last fall. I told Destiny, I said, you know, I want to set a goal for myself with my photography and how I try to do things. Can I increase your ticket count by 1%?
yeah.
You know, you talk about putting more people in the stands. I was trying to put more people in the seats at the Steam Wheelers.
Well, and I know that, and again, man, I'm not trying to bust anybody out or complain or anything like that, man. Everybody gets a list of everybody that buys from that track. There's an address and an email, not necessarily a 15th Street address. There's a town and an email address. So they all have that data. Now they're not collecting that data from the people that come into the stands.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a database. They have customers, now, and I don't do it, and I should. I mean, we send emails out, but I wish I had the staff or the time or the something to be able to send out more of a coupon or something, I mean, and I don't know if the tracks do it or not, but I think they should. I think if they see somebody that's like, well, this guy's buying every week, he's in Davenport, why don't we send him a buy one, get one free, or send them a free pit pass
appreciate your
upgrade
business, yeah,
or something. Maybe they are doing that. I don't know. But I've said this for 5 years, and now that I have a top caliber team put together that's been doing this not just for done right. I mean, like I said, they've worked for NASCAR, and Mike's made movies. He's been on sets with, and I met Tony at Supernats. So I'm like, if we could figure out how to team up on this and actually link arms and say, okay, because I'm producing the tracks too, man. I'm trying to bring people to the track too every time, and that's why I'm trying to put out these promotional things. I try to get with the drivers. We're trying to do more and more with all that stuff, and it's a challenge because I mean I think there's less people going to the grocery store, man. I mean, because there's a lot of people now, a lot of my friends that they don't go into the grocery store. They order it and they pick it up, and you know what I mean. But I'm like,
they don't want to deal with the crowds,
right? And I get that too, and I get the dirt track thing. I mean, I get it because I've sat there and thought about it. I'm like, how can I get people? You think about a family, and you think about, okay, you bring your kids, and if it's $10, whatever. I don't know if it's about money. I don't know if it's about the dirt. I don't know. It's the noise, because there's polls out there, and I've done research, and the two biggest things are the dirt and the noise is what is supposedly keeping people from the tracks. That's what the data is showing on a large scale Google search or whatever, But I mean, like I said, I think that it's actually people are trying to go deep when they should be trying to go wide. Try to spread it out there and get.
And I always preach to everybody, look at a problem from 10,000 feet.
Yeah.
Stand back and look at the whole picture. Don't be focused on this one little thing.
Yeah.
Because it'll eat your lunch.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I think somewhere down the line, too, and I don't know what the fix is, man. I got lots of ideas, and you and I have talked about a lot of these ideas, but I think somewhere down the line after COVID that some of these promoters figured out that, well, I'm not making any money, so if we add another class or two, then at least we'll get some gate money, we'll get drivers, and we'll get the people in it, so then it covers which I totally get that, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I'm saying, just like you said, you might be focused if you're trying to bring people over here, and I don't know what the answer is, dude. I wish I did. That's why I try to talk about it when I can, because I'm not trying. I'm looking for, if somebody's got an idea for me, I'm all ears, man. I'm all ears. And that's why I bought that screen, because I thought if I could get to different events and show people what we can do, and I get the fact that the tracks, it's I mean, that thing is not cheap, and I can't do it for nothing. I have, I've taken it to every track at least once, but I don't have the bodies, and I can't do it as a charity. I just can't do it. I'd be happy to give them a hell of a deal on it, and that would help probably the stands too. But I don't know what the answer is, man, because if you can figure it out, we can probably crack all kinds of codes, because it's going to involve getting people off of their screens.
That'd be, your new screen would be perfect for like when they do Steamler playoff games.
Yeah.
Find a way to promote it somehow, and have people show up and help, promote the football team, because you got the screen to do it.
Yeah, there's a lot of different things, that I think of it all the time. That's not a bad idea, Jason. And I thought about doing stuff like that too, just trying to, You know, and I hate the fact, and I talked to you about this the other day, man. I'm like, I hate the fact that I have to charge $25 a time to rent this thing, but I have a revenue share with the track. And if somebody can show me how to take 4 different tracks and figure out how to get a revenue share to still play the guys, you know, it's impossible. I can't, unless I can get some sponsors. If I can get some sponsors, then maybe if I have somebody, a track sponsor for Davenport, and I'm working on all that stuff, but I'd love to be able to have a $39.99 something like, you know, everybody suggests, but I'm like, I just impossible when I have a revenue share with the tracks, because if I have 4 different genres or different tracks buying from one spot, there's absolutely no way to separate that money.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking about it. If anybody's got any ideas, I'm all ears.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, there you go.
Well, I appreciate you having me on here.
Well, I appreciate you guys coming on, man. It was great talking to you. You got any last words for anybody? I kind of went off on one there a little bit, I guess, but
It's fine.
I'm passionate with it, man. I like what I do, and I want to continue to do it. I just don't know how to. You know what I mean? And that's part of this. That's part of the podcast thing, because I want to talk to other businesses and you know, I want to get other stories, because everybody's got a story, and stories sell. And I'm not trying to sell a story, but I'm trying to get. Everybody likes a story. Everybody likes a good story, and everybody's got a story. You know, people don't just wake up successful. You
And
know?
that's what I'm looking forward to, you know, in the next week and then 2 weeks to hear those stories.
Absolutely.
From Doug and Destiny and Brian and his wife. And then I've been mentioned the week after, I'm working on possibly getting Megan, who was just up here
Okay.
in Hairball off a 97X radio station.
Hairball used to work for me.
Yep, I know.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep.
See, now that's what I need, because that's getting some new blood, and some different stories, man. You know, and I think it all ties together, because Doug's got a racing story too, and we'll let him tell it.
Oh, I want to hear it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I appreciate everybody tuning in. Sorry we're late, and I appreciate, like I said, I appreciate you guys coming in. This is what, like 3 or 4 weeks old now, so I know it's a little bit unpolished, but that's the way you're going to get it until we get it polished.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just it's the start that stops most things, and that's why I had to start. So, but we'll clean it up and we'll get it better. So, so just to recap, next week we've got Doug and Destiny, the owner of the Steamwheelers and his manager Destiny, and the Steamwheelers in a playoff game. So I'll try to get something out a little bit earlier than the day before. The next week we have Brian and his wife from Printing, Brian Sauvel, and his wife from Printing Plus. They got a brand new store down there, and he just celebrated 40 years in business.
Yes, I was in that store after work yesterday. That thing is beautiful.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Beautiful. And I want to stop back down and talk to him some more yet.
Yeah, and he was right down the street from me, right down the street from the poorhouse, in a very small place.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, that's where. And now, and I was talking to him too a couple of weeks ago, and he's out of room, but and I can see how that happens too. But his place is beautiful, and he does good work, and you can see his work all over the place. He's got, you know, he's always out. He's a hustler, man. He's like us. He's out trying to do, you know, not trying to make a living, trying to change the game, you know. And he does great work.
You know, and I always say, like, I was in the martial arts, and my teacher would say, you don't want to be better than the guy in the ring. You want to be as the best that you can be.
Yeah.
And so if you're here, the guy in the ring's here. But if you can be the best that you can be, you might be
That's
way
going
up
to
here.
put him above you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So challenge yourself every day to be better.
Yeah.
And that's what I do with my photography.
Absolutely. Well, it shows, man, because your stuff blows my mind.
Yeah, thank you.
It's clean. Some of the cleanest stuff I've ever seen. And you always get them shots. So, anything else from you guys before we go?
What did you?
Steamwheelers' last home game coming up this Saturday, and then they go to their playoff
And then their
game.
playoff game.
Yep.
And it's one playoff game?
Well, if they win that one, they're going to have another one.
Okay.
I was talking to Destiny this morning.
Yeah.
Yep.
come and see us this Saturday. Brad's going to have his photo booth over there again.
Do they put that on TV?
My booth, no.
No,
No,
not the booth. The Steam Wheelers. Doug, are you listening?
I think so because
Is
I
it
know
on TV somewhere?
I think it
Somebody
is
streaming it?
because we got to go out there and get our stuff done during commercials.
Okay, so somebody's. I
Yep,
don't know.
I think so.
So
I don't know who exactly.
Well, we'll
That's-
find out next week.
Yeah,
That'll be
yep,
something to tune into.
Yep. And here's kind of a funny story. My very first time out there on the field, I'm taking pictures of what I'm to the girls and stuff, and then I see some cool fan shots, so I stop and take those pictures. Well, I learned that you got to hustle and get back in because the commercial's over, the
Yeah.
game starts. I was still out there on the field, and they shut the gate. And I was stuck out in the field.
Oh my God!
So I
I can see that happening. Awesome. Okay.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for the kind comments.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody tuning in, and
Looking forward to talking to you, Doug.
take show to the air show. There you go. I'm down, man. I'm down. So again, appreciate everybody, and tune in next week. I'll put details out. We'll put a post out. But we're gonna be solid at this, and I'm gonna have a co-host. So it'll take some of all the stuff that I'm trying to do while I'm on this thing, and maybe I can focus a little better. So, but like I said, it is what it is. That's
Yep.
where we're going.
We're going to get better.
We're going.
We're going to
every
be
time.
better
We'll be
tomorrow than
every
we were
time.
today.
That's right.